Hey guys, Codeberries here today, so hope you're all doing well. Just having a look at Bitcoin. So just another update on Bitcoin today. So today is Sunday, so the markets did open up a couple hours ago, about 6 hours ago. So actually, what time is it? No, it's only been about 4 hours now. 4 hours and 23 minutes exactly. And it has opened down. So let's just talk about the big picture for a sec. So we haven't had a new month yet, so we're close to. So the basically the big picture is here today is that we're gonna be starting a new month this week. So on like Tuesday or something, Tuesday or Thursday. No, Wednesday. No, yeah, Thursday. We're having a new month candle. So right now we just opened up a new week, and we have opened up red, as you can see. We did get that other cross, and we did get that close. We didn't close crossed yet. Probably this week we will, because that to go up, like, for that to actually, well, after we close there, after we close crossed, think about it like this. Think about it like this, okay? After we close cross down, inflected to negative infinity, from a weekly point of view, you're going to need an enormous, almost impossible buy on Bitcoin that will be able to cross that momentum back up. I've seen it happen in like small instruments like penny stocks and stuff like that, because like you can manipulate it easily. But for something like that so big, you would need, imagine this is a market cap right now where we are at. Last week or something, we had like there was like a 100 to 200, there was like $150 billion sold of Bitcoin in 1 week, or was it in a few days or something like that? Or even in a day, I don't even know, but I just saw the headlines, and then I looked at the market cap and it was true. So if you want to see the market cap of Bitcoin, you can go to investing.com. Excuse me, you can click on Bitcoin, and somewhere you could see the market cap. So once it gets below 50K, again, you'll see how much it's losing every day. But anyways, once we close red, crossed over, right? Not pink, but red. So we've inflected over the zero line here. So once we cross over, it's a zero line, right? So basically, if we close red this week and next week we open up, we're going to need a crazy amount of capital to cross back up. So for that happening, the probability of that crossing back up right now is low. Also because this has to cross down. This is a faster MACD, so imagine how much time we have until this even crosses down, right? Because the default settings are slightly lagged. So that's why I use a faster one. So again, we've talked about all the divergence in the previous videos. I'll just note I did put an EMA 9 on. It's that second value right there. I think it's at like, it says 57.95, so 50K 794 now. It's going down. So it is right there. So you can see came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, over that line again, came down. So let us talk about the supports again and resistance. So let's just say we have a heavy resistance there. Why do I have to keep pressing this again? And let's say the next one is down here, the main one. I know some people are probably getting mad because I put it all the way down there, like, hey, what about this one? Well, this one's kind of floating in the mid-air. Wait, why didn't it go over there? So this one didn't. This one's like floating in the mid, like look where it's floating. Actually, let me delete that second one. I'll redo it. So look, have a look. Can we just do array? Look, it's floating on nothing. It just has that EMA as support, that EMA 9 basically. That's what it's using as support, pretty much. there's nothing holding it up except for that little itty bitty tips, those two itty bitty tips. It's like sitting on those tips. Those tips are gonna, like, if we get down there and test it, there's a good chance that those tips are gonna break. Where else do we have support? That's pretty much it, honestly. You can maybe say on shorter time frames that the top of those greens are also secondary supports. Should I draw them out? Maybe not, because there's like 3 of them, and so there's one down here. So let's just say the next one's here. It's at 50k, right? We could just draw that. But can I change the color? Because I'm in night mode. Give me another color. No, I don't want array. Give me a trend horizontal line. Cannot find the color changing palette. Okay, never mind. So we'll put one. Where are we putting one? Yeah, we'll put one here, I guess. So we could say that's a secondary support. Wait, I can't change the color. Right there. Oh, color. I can't see the colors because I'm in night mode. Where's green? Like right there? No. Green's like down here, right? Yeah, okay, so green. Let's just say the green ones are secondary support and the blue ones are primary supports and resistance. So maybe I should have changed that one to another color too. You have yellow. No. Green getting warmer. Colder. Got it. Okay. So yellow. So yellow is resistance. We got blues as primary supports. And we got green as a secondary support. So there's no other resistance, unfortunately. So that's all we have. That tip up there could be itty bitty resistance, but we've kind of gone. Just take note that the tips are like, they break pretty easily. You want to look at the top of the bottoms of the candles. That's where the supports are stronger. Anyway, so that's kind of just our primary support, secondary support, and our primary resistance. So it looks like we are heading down currently from the momentum. As we said, we are heading down to that secondary support. Primary ones. Well, it's primary ones here. This one's kind of floating on here. It's like a borderline secondary. I might even remove it. Right? Because it's not even on anything. It's just floating on that EMA 9. So we could say those tips right there to there is kind of primary support. So maybe we'll just create that. We'll just put it there. We'll say that's like another secondary area of support. And then we'll go to the daily. We'll have a look. I'll zoom out and I'll get rid of that thing. So remember I talked about in the last video, if you watched it, I talked about that faking out. The faster one will get some momentum up, as we did over the weekend, as that 4 hour took a while to turn back down. But we are crossing back down, and this one probably, like I said, we were going to get a fake out, and we probably will, because I've seen those fake outs happen more times than I could even remember, actually. So we are having some of the shorter period indicators heading back down into we've just crossed over neutral, so we're crossing down into oversold, most likely, because the yellow RSI, it's we crossed down 50, crossed up 50, and then we're going to cross back down 50 most likely. So yes, it's even moving down as we speak. So once we break this, we'll have some more momentum if we're going to break down below this line too. So we'll keep your eye on that. Is there anything to talk about here? Not really. We can see the price action, so that resistance maybe could move up there. There's some. Okay, so now on the smaller time frames, there is some resistance up there, right? But if we're already below that one, until we break that one, then there isn't anything up there. And I'm not trying to burst your bubble or anything, but from the bigger time frames, it looks like we are going down. There is possibility to come up here due to pumps, but the momentum, it does say down right now. So there is a lot of room to go down. And from the 4 hour, it's what I want to show you is that we at open, we did cross down. When did we cross down? So today at 9 a.m. my time, so 12 p.m. Eastern time, we did cross down on that shorter time frame MACD. This one hasn't even crossed down yet. We still got another 8 to 12 hours before it does cross down, and then we still got that whole wave of crossing run, right? Like that up movement. We're gonna have a whole wave of down movement. So right now it's pretty in sync. You can see that cross down, cross up, cross down. As we crossed up, we still stayed below these levels. So we could have continued down movement from here. Where's the arrow? We could break that secondary support to the downside, right? We're gonna break that 50, our low. So remember, the low of the low that we had recently was at 50k on the dot almost. So if we break that, we're free falling pretty fast. We're gonna free fall to about 38 to 42. We're gonna test that. We're probably gonna come back up here. We'll probably just come back up here and bump off 50 and probably continue down for the most likely part, especially if on Thursday, if this month, so if this month on Thursday, if it goes red, we see that red bar forming, which we haven't seen in a very, very long time. The last red bar we had was last March. So it is possible, as we said. You can see how high those peaks are and how low these ones are, right? Look how low those peaks are. Look how low that peak is. That peak is, and we got a break of that resistance, right? We came up here. Up, up, up. Then we got all these sitting real high. They want to come back down eventually, right? So what does that EMA 9 says? It says 30k. So if we break 38, we could be falling down. Honestly, on the monthly, there's nothing until there. And like we said, there's that itty bitty support that's really fragile and it could break, and it's right there. So what we're running through right now is on nothing. Look, we got nothing to bump to go up towards to hit. We got nothing. We're at all-time highs. And all-time highs usually come down, right? They always come down. So we got up and we got nothing. This top of that candle got used as support. It's pretty interesting, right? Came up and now we got support down there, right? We got no red to sit on. No bases, no tons of. When you want supports, you want reds, right? But in the most case, you want greens. You want red and green. You want a lot of red and green for support, right? Like something like that. That's where the strong hold support is, and it's way down there. So I think we have a long way to go here. We definitely could see some basically having some reversion here happening. As we said, this is the strongest divergence that this chart has ever seen. Look how high those peaks are, right? Never seen anything like this. Never seen volatility like this. Strong divergence here. We got the yellow mid band down at 38.40. I think that's where we'll be coming down to, and we'll see some up moving back here, and then I think we'll continue down to about there and continue up, and then we'll see from there if it's really going to bounce off that 20 area in a few months or whatever, summer or next fall. But I'm thinking it might, but I don't think so. Maybe not. I think we're coming back down here to test this. So this is where the strong support is. So it's right there to right there, and I guess there. That's where the last resort. That's like last resort. Like if we don't bounce there, then we're going back into down there. Probably that's not going to happen. Most likely we'll just touch that line, and probably not. I think between my honest opinion of how low we're going to go is like 3K to like let's say there between 3K and 11. I'm thinking that's for sure. Somewhere we're gonna hit that eventually. There's gonna be a profit taking phase because people don't know if it's gonna drop quickly, right? We're at that point where people don't know. They're like, well, I made a lot of money, so what should I do now? Should I take it and go, or should I just wait and see if we could maybe go higher? Or I could I could wait and see that we could go higher and not lose money, right? Or I could for sure take all that money now. And you know what? Maybe I'll wait till next year to get back in with all that money I made. Hopefully it'll go back down because that's what they're going to want to do. If they sell, they're going to want to push it down so they can buy again at the low rate. They're going to sell it off and buy it back. So that's what I think is going to happen. And all those pumpers on StockTwits and stuff, they're going to get suckered into holding at the top like last time. We could see a long decline, right? And then after all that passes, we could maybe see a break. We could get a rejection even longer. Maybe regulations would start coming out. Who knows? Anything can happen, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's risky to buy there. So just have a thought, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.